It's also been a snow machine for the Sierra Nevada. We're going to see some pretty impressive totals out of there once this thing's all said and done. This is the last 24 hours. We can see that it just focused here on the central coast of California for more than the last day. There's no doubt about it. The bigger deep trough here finally starting to progress eastward a little. We're seeing a little bit of an eastward progress of this whole plume of moisture and energy. So that's some good news. This thing is going to be moving on eventually, and it's finally going to let us dry out. Of course, we were way behind on rainfall this year, and while we probably caught up in a few areas and got close in others, I think all of us are pretty much ready for it to get out of here for a few days so we can let our socks dry out a little bit. I know I am, and certainly you may be as well, but there is some good news, but we're not quite done with that just yet. And there is some high water out there to be aware of. Right now, Corralitos Creek at Freedom is now in the action stage. So it's below flood stage still, but at the action stage, which means we'll have to keep an eye on things. I think it's about to crest. Looks like rainfall rates above it and probably lowering a little bit. But if you live near Corralitos Creek, just keep an eye on the water. If it does raise up a little bit, just make sure you can escape if you need to, as there's quite a bit of water still coming down out of the hills. We got about 3 or 4 inches of rain right above there over the course of the day today, so we are still seeing some good rainfall rates. Take a look at some of these totals, in fact, across the region. Chalk Peak on the Big Sur coast, almost 15 inches of rain over the last 3 days. Watsonville and Santa Cruz, you were on the lower end of my Monterey Bay cities list yesterday, but overnight, last night into this morning, we had this wave just set up over Santa Cruz County and it just pounded you guys. So now you're closing in on a ½ foot storm total. Soledad, you were up the top of this list yesterday, at least for some of the bigger cities around the region, and now you're down to about 4 1/3 inches. Oh, that's only a third of your normal annual rainfall, though, so nothing to shake a stick at. Monterey and Salinas, you also got over 3 inches of rain, which are very impressive totals for just a couple of days. Right now, the winds have calmed down. No alerts currently in place, so we've watched those flood watches expire. No more flood advisories, but we still do have some heavier showers out there, so again, don't let your guard down just yet tonight. Futurecast is showing those heavy showers moving east. I think it's overdoing the speed at which they move east, so at 8 p.m. tonight, I still think we'll have some showers here across the Monterey Bay area, but progressively going eastward later on into the evening. So a few more showers rolling in off the Pacific through the overnight hours. You can see just a couple light ones as we head towards sunrise tomorrow, but through the overnight, expect a general decrease in shower activity across the region. And throughout the day tomorrow, we'll see partly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a shower over the hills, but for the most part, things are going to quiet down quite a bit once this system starts to kick to the east. So the end is in sight for us, although there is some more rain in the forecast, which we'll talk about in a moment. Futurecast precip between now and then, I think it's underdoing amounts around the bay. I think we'll probably see another 1/4 of an inch to a ½ inch for many locations around here. Down to the south, we're still going to be around another ½ inch to an inch before all is said and done. Your forecast temperatures tomorrow, let me go through these pretty quickly. We're going to be in the 40s to low 50s, so still very cool temperatures for this time of year. We are, after all, going to be under the cold pool of this weather system tomorrow, but the sun will be out, so at least in places, so it'll feel a little nicer out there. Mid-50s, Salinas to Hollister, Watsonville to Gilroy. Over to Monterey, you'll be in the mid-50s as well. Your normal high this time of year is close to 60, so you're just a few degrees shy of that. And then farther south, we'll see highs in the mid-50s up and down the Salinas Valley. So still pretty cool for this time of year, but as we head into the weekend and we dry out a bit, temperatures will head upward. On Sunday, on average, we'll be in the low 60s once again. But the next weather system will be here on Monday and Tuesday. So I took out rain chances on Saturday as things stay to our north. Monday to Tuesday, that system actually looking a little stronger now. I don't expect it to be near what we just experienced, but you'll have to watch it since we will have quite a bit of water in the soil by then. Otherwise, we'll be keeping a close eye on that for you. And after that, I expect conditions to dry out for quite some time. Inland areas, very similar forecast, not a lot of temperature difference as well. You'll have some colder lows this weekend, but otherwise warmer temperatures. And we're going to watch that Monday to Tuesday system.